Hi guys, welcome to our series Essential Vietnamese for Beginners, where I'll walk you through the main features of Vietnamese. Hopefully, after this series, you'll be able to speak basic Vietnamese in Northern dialect. If you wish to learn Vietnamese in a more structured and personalized way, you can check out our website levian.vn. There's a lot of interactive course to help you level up grammar, vocabulary, listening, and speaking skills. Or you can sign up for a group class starting from $6 per lesson. I'll leave more details in the description box, so make sure you check them out. Now, let's start with today's lesson. Okay, so when you start learning a language, it's important to know the general rules and characteristics of that language as a whole. So today, let's learn about the basic sentence structure in Vietnamese, one of the most important grammatical features of Vietnamese language, especially when compared to English. Let's start with a classical example. I love you. In Vietnamese, I love you is anh yêu em. Let's break them down. In the sentence, I love you, we have I, subject, verb, love, and object, you. Same as in Vietnamese, we have anh means I, yêu is love, is verb, and em means you, which is the object in this sentence. So basically, Vietnamese have the same sentence structure as in English, which is subject, verb, object. This is one of the most important grammatical rules in Vietnamese or in any language of that matter. So the next time if you learn a new language, it's good to ask from the very beginning, what's the basic sentence structure of this language? Now let's try to add some romance to this sentence. How about I love you so much? This sentence can be translated to anh yêu em nhiều. In Vietnamese, the first part remains the same and we added the part nhiều for a lot. And this gives us the general rules of adverbs in Vietnamese. In Vietnamese, as in English, adverbs are positions after the verbs they modify. In English, some adverbs, such as rather, are positioned before the verb, like in this sentence. I really love you. This is also the case for Vietnamese. So for example, if you want to say, I really love you in Vietnamese, you can say, anh rất yêu em. The adverb rất is placed before the verb yêu. Also note that if there's an object after the verbs, adverbs are then positioned after the object as in English. So for example, we say, I love you so much, not I love so much you. In Vietnamese, we say, anh yêu em nhiều, not anh yêu nhiều em. Please don't say that. It means that you love a lot of them. So anyway, that concludes our second structure, which is subject, verb, object, adverbs. Another thing you need to remember in Vietnamese is that adjectives don't go with to be. So the Vietnamese way of saying she is beautiful is just she beautiful. Cô ấy đẹp. Also, on a side note, the verbs don't change form as well. So if you have two verbs in the sentence, for example, I like learning Vietnamese, it will simply be tôi thích học tiếng Việt. I like learn Vietnamese. Okay? You might be asking, if there's no to be, how can I turn a sentence into a question in Vietnamese, right? Well, we have our own way of using it by using a question words or other structure, but it will be for another lesson. So now let's just focus on the basic sentence structure. We've learned about the verbs, the adverbs, and the adjectives. Now let's conclude this overview of Vietnamese grammar with a usage of nouns through another romantic phrase. You have very beautiful eyes. Let's see how it's translated into Vietnamese. Em có đôi mắt rất đẹp. As you can see, the overall structure stayed the same. We have subject, verb, and then object. The only difference is this phrase, very beautiful eyes in Vietnamese is translated to mắt rất đẹp or đôi mắt rất đẹp. As you can see, it's different from English. The word đẹp is placed behind the word mắt, which leads us to the fourth rule, which is, in Vietnamese, adjectives are positioned after the nouns they modify. So, for example, a beautiful girl will be một cô gái đẹp. A great voice, một giọng nói hay. Another thing you might see is that we have another adverb, rất, which is very in English. So it will be the adverbs of intensity and is placed before the word đẹp. So just like in English, the adverbs of intensity will be put before the adjectives they modify. For instance, she is very smart will be translated into cô ấy rất thông minh. So the word rất is placed before smart, thông minh. To sum up, we have gone through the most important points in Vietnamese grammar in this overview. The takeaway points are: Vietnamese is similar to English in sentence structure. So we have subject, verb, object, and adverbs. In Vietnamese, as in English, adverbs are put after the verb that it modified. In Vietnamese, adjectives aren't prefixed with to be. And also the verbs won't change form. And the last one is, in Vietnamese, adjectives are put after the noun that they modify. Now let's review through some exercise. Let's try to put the words into the correct orders. He is very handsome. Anh ấy rất đẹp trai. She travels a lot. Cô ấy đi du lịch rất nhiều. I love eating phở. Tôi thích ăn phở. Did you get it all? If you don't, just replay the video. So that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.